2026 Grammys. See the full nominations list. The 2026 Grammys nominations have been announced. See the full list of nominees in all 95 Grammy categories ahead of music's. The 2026 Grammys take place Sunday, February 1st, at Crypto.com Arena in Los Angeles, broadcasting live on the CBS television network and streaming live and on demand on Paramount+. Watch highlights and exclusive Grammys content from the 2026 Grammys all year long on live. Grammy.com. The Recording Academy has officially released the full list of nominees for the 2026 Grammys, marking the start of this year's Grammy season and setting the stage for music's biggest night. The nominees were announced today during a live stream, with artists including Chappell Roan, Doekiai, Karol G, Mumford & Sons, Sabrina Carpenter, Sam Smith, and more presenting all 95 Grammy categories. This year's nominations span a wide range of artists, genres, and projects, from established acts to first-time nominees, across pop, country, rap, R&B, Latin, global, jazz, and beyond, reflecting a year marked by wide-ranging creativity in music. Winners will be determined by the Recording Academy's voting members, a peer group composed of music creators, including artists, songwriters, producers, engineers, and more. Their Grammy votes decide every Grammy nominee and Grammy winner revealed on music's biggest night, reinforcing the Grammy Award as music's only industry-recognized, peer-voted honor. This year also marks a notable update to the Grammy Awards process. The 2026 Grammys will introduce two new Grammy categories, Best Traditional Country Album and Best Album Cover. These additions further the Recording Academy's commitment to recognizing a broader spectrum of artistic craft and honoring the evolving ways music is created and experienced. The 2026 Grammys will take place Sunday, February 1st, live at Crypto.com Arena in Los Angeles, broadcasting live on the CBS television network and streaming live and on demand on Paramount+. Snubs and surprises in the 2026 Dance Electronic Grammy nominations. The nominations for the 68th Annual Grammy Awards were announced Friday morning, November 7, with the Recording Academy once again recognizing the dance electronic genre across four categories: Best Dance Electronic Recording, Best Dance Electronic Album, Best Dance Pop Recording, and Best Remixed Recording. These categories welcome back a list of familiar faces, specifically in Fred Again, Kaytranada, Disclosure, and Skrillex. These artists have tallied a combined 49 nominations and 13 wins, with Skrillex arguably being the Academy's most loved dance artist, with his 9 wins going back to 2012. This repeat pool of nominations suggests that the Grammys have found a cadre of dance electronic artists that are not only worthy, but with whom the Academy feels comfortable returning to again and again. Fred, Skrillex, Kaytranada, and Disclosure make up nearly the entire dance electronic recording category, which is rounded out by Tame Impala's End of Summer, a worthy track that carves out space for recognition of the artist's new electronic-focused album Deadbeat, which was released after the 2026 eligibility window closed. Elsewhere, the categories bring in less frequently nominated artists, including FKA Twigs and Pink Pantheress, both welcome sights to see nominated for Dance Electronic Album, a category that also includes fellow Grammy faves Rufus Du Sol, a group that's aggregated 6 nominations and 1 win over its career. While none of these nominations comes as a true shock, being that there are only 5 slots in each category, as always, there were also a few surprises sprinkled across the categories. Here are some of the biggest snubs and surprises in the dance electronic nominations for the 68th Annual Grammy Awards. Surprise: Tinashe and Disco Lines. The culture-permeating earworm that unseated Marshmello and Kane Brown's Miles on It from its long reign at #1 on Hot Dance Electronic Songs seemed like an obvious choice for a Best Dance Pop Recording nominee. No Broke Boys, the dance world's unofficial song of the summer, started as an edit heard during Disco Line's set at EDC Las Vegas in May, getting an official release as a new single with fresh vocals from Tinashe that meshed her 2024 original with Disco Line's bouncy beat. But just as the song's lyrics go, in terms of 2026 Grammy recognition, there were indeed no new friends. Snub: John Summit. The Chicago-born producer and bona fide global phenom was shut out of the 2025 Grammys during his breakout year, a year during which he also released his Grammys-eligible debut album Comfort in Chaos. The Academy might have made up for the snub with a 2026 nod, particularly given that Summit's eligible January track, Focus, featuring Cloves, marked some of his best and most mature work to date. But even as Summit headlines actual football stadiums, he's apparently and surprisingly still not a focus for the Academy. Snub, Jamie XX. The dance world rejoiced when Jamie XX released In Waves, his long-awaited follow-up to his 2015 classic In Color, in September 2024. While this latter album was nominated for Best Dance Electronic Album in 2016, In Waves didn't get that acknowledgement, a snub considering how well the project was received and how great it is. With In Waves singles also being submitted for Best Dance Electronic Recording, it's surprising that voters didn't manage to carve out any space for the project or the beloved producer, especially as the Academy makes Grammy darlings out of fellow left-of-center indie dance producers like Fred again. And Kaytranada. Surprise, Kaytranada. We're not surprised that the Canadian-Haitian producer is nominated in Best Dance Electronic Recording this year, as anything Kaytra does has the Midas touch. The surprise is that the producer is only nominated for Best Dance Electronic Recording for Space Invader, given that the album that the track comes from, Ain't No Damn Way, is excellent start to finish. One wonders the factors weighed by voters as they sent a single from the album through to the nominations pool, but not the album it came from. Snub, Damdala. The Australian producer specializes in, and in fact helped form, the kind of slinky, acid-dy new wave of tech house that's been one of the dance world's dominant genres for the past several years. One would think that voters might acknowledge Dalla for that contribution, particularly as his hypnotic February single with Daya, Dreamin', was rinsed by DJs around the world this year. This accomplishment happened in tandem with the producer rising to festival headliner status, while also pushing his name and dance music at large further into mainstream consciousness via his A-plus contribution to the F1 the album film soundtrack. No room for a saint. But at the 2026 Grammys, there was apparently indeed no room. Snub, LP Jabai. Amid her breakout year, the dance world favorite released some of her finest work to date on her 2024 album Doctor, exploring the experience of grief in a way few artists are able or willing to do. A nomination for the album would have further established the Oregon-born, Texas-based, and fully globetrotting artist as a dance world force, although she'll no doubt continue being so without the nod. Surprise, Mariah Carey. Pop divas are no stranger to the dance categories, with Britney Spears, Madonna, Beyoncé, Cher, Rihanna, Lady Gaga, and more making appearances in the dance electronic album and dance electronic recording categories since they were introduced in 2005 and 1998, respectively. But never has Queen Diva Mariah Carey shown up in these categories, until now. Kaytranada's slinky, sexy remix of Carey's 2005 anthem, Don't Forget About Us, brings Carey to the dance field, also marking the first remix from UMG's catalog division UME to ever be nominated. Snub, Chris Lake. Longtime dance world fave Chris Lake did get a 2026 nomination for his Boss remix of the Chemical Brothers' Galvanize. But one thought he might also get the nod for Best Dance Electronic Album for his July LP Chemistry, his first ever studio album after a more than 20-year career. Apparently the project, excellent start to finish, didn't quite alchemize with voters. Surprise, dance pop goes pop. Perhaps it's not actually that much of a surprise. But 3 years into its existence, the Best Dance Pop Recording category is basically entirely dominated by pop stars, with Zara Larsson, Selena Gomez, and Benny Blanco, Tate McRae, Pink Pantheress, and Lady Gaga getting 2026 nominations. Given that the dance electronic fields have historically under-recognized female producers, seeing female artists dominate this category is a welcome development. Although this category more and more feels like a space for bona fide pop stars who don't totally inhabit the dance world to just submit their most dance-centric output. Snub, Nina Geraci. The Australian producer is in the midst of her breakout moment, an achievement she's been working towards for years and which she has finally and deservedly realized with her August album I Love My Computer, easily one of the year's best dance electronic albums. Awards in her home country have met this moment, with Nina Geraci being nominated for a host of Australian awards, including the ARIA Awards, the NSW Music Prize, and the Australian Music Prize, the latter of which she won this week. A Grammy nomination would have brought her breakout buzz to a new level while delivering some fresh energy to the nomination fields. But alas, no love. Grammy-nominated artists who played the Tiny Desk in 2025. Grammy nominations were announced today, and like clockwork, we couldn't help but notice that the many musicians honored among the 95 categories reflect the breadth of what we bring to the Tiny Desk. Artists perform in the NPR music office without monitors or backing tracks, which has turned the Tiny Desk into a space where musicians not only show off their talent, but also connect with audiences on an intimate level. It's no surprise that a boatload of 2026 Grammy nominations are for rappers, rockers, legends, and newcomers who performed at the Tiny Desk in just 2025 alone. It's like we're tastemakers or something. Here's something different, though. Imagine our shock when the words Tiny Desk appeared next to one of the nominated songs. Not only that, but CA7 Riel and Paco Amoroso's Papoda, nominated for Best Latin Rock or Alternative Album, includes music recorded at the Tiny Desk in 2024. Yes, we're patting ourselves on the back. So let's catch up on the bounty of 2025, and know that we still have more to come. Bad Bunny. Grammy nominations, Record of the Year, Album of the Year, Song of the Year, Best Musica Urbana Album, Best Global Music Performance, Best Album Cover. Clips. Grammy nominations, Album of the Year, Best Rap Performance, Best Rap Song, Best Rap Album, Best Music Video. CA7 Riel and Paco Amoroso. Grammy nomination, Best Latin Rock or Alternative Album. Leon Thomas. Grammy nominations, Album of the Year, Best New Artist, Best Traditional Randy B Performance, Best Randy B Song, Best Randy B Album, Best Randy B Performance. Turnstile. Grammy nominations, Best Rock Performance, Best Metal Performance, Best Rock Song, Best Rock Album, Best Alternative Music Performance. Tame Impala. Grammy nomination, Best Dance Electronic Recording. Pink Pantheress. Grammy nominations, Best Dance Pop Recording, Best Dance Electronic Album. Wet Leg. Grammy nominations, Best Alternative Music Album, Best Album Cover. Bilal. Grammy nomination, Best Progressive Randy B Album. Michael Mayo. Grammy nominations, Best Jazz Performance, Best Jazz Vocal Album. Buena Vista Social Club. Grammy nomination, Best Music Theater Album. Death Becomes Her. Grammy nomination, Best Music Theater Album. Gypsy. Grammy nomination, Best Music Theater Album. Sierra Hull. Grammy nominations, Best Bluegrass Album, Best Instrumental Composition. CeCe Winans. Grammy nomination, Best Gospel Performance Song. Grupo Frontera. Grammy nomination, Best Música Mexicana Album. Karin Leon. Grammy nomination, Best Música Mexicana Album. Gloria Estefan. Grammy nomination, Best Tropical Latin Album.